You invade my land. Take our jabs. The punishment is death. Now just to find somebody to kill. Now believe it or not, guys, you can actually have a pretty good time gaming on the 2016 MacBook Pro. So I'm making a part 2 to my original gaming video because originally a couple people pointed out to me, well not a couple, a lot of people pointed out that I may have been doing the test a little wrong. I was actually using games that were a little CPU intensive and not very well optimized games. So the actual games I was testing in my original gaming video weren't that great. So I wanted to do a part 2 and try some bigger games out, like Grand Theft Auto 5, Tomb Raider, Rise of the Tomb Raider, Battlefield 1, and The Witcher 3. So it took me a century and a half to download them finally. But I did get them running, and I'm actually a bit surprised, guys. So I gotta say, my original review was a little unfair, so I wanted to rectify it with another one. So first off, let's do a little chaos and destruction here. And this is Grand Theft Auto 5, which I will be trying out first. I've got a lot going on with the tank, and I'm gonna go ahead and trigger the FPS counter so you guys can see in the top left. So I've got a stable 30 frames per second on the latest version of Grand Theft Auto 5. Now, before I get into the details, I just wanted to explain what I'm doing. So this is the fully loaded $4,300 MacBook Pro. You cannot spec it any higher as it's fully spec'd. Now, most of the price is from the SSD, not gonna lie, but it's ridiculously expensive regardless if you get that option or not, still around $3,000. 2, I'm running Windows 10.1 over Boot Camp. So this is hardware accelerated with DirectX. It's everything that the PC counterpart would be. I'm running all of these games on Boot Camp. So let's see what a $4,300 laptop can do from Apple with a little bit more well-optimized games. So let me show you the video settings I'm running. So on graphics, as you can see, I've reached a little over half of the video memory out of the AMD Pro 460, which, by the way, I hate AMD in general. I wish they would have used NVIDIA, but resolution 1920 by 1200, DirectX installed, and pretty much some nice effects. I've got anti-aliasing and vertical sync enabled as well. So these are these settings, and I'm getting a stable 30 frames per second in game, and I absolutely think it's playable. It's very smooth. You can kill your enemies and those beasts of cops in style with 30 frames per second. Oh shoot, no, don't blow up on me. All right, so let's shoot some infidels. Die. I forgot how much fun this game is. I actually stood in line when Grand Theft Auto came out for the PS3. It was a really fun experience. The launch party or whatever. Got free Jimmy John's. No. Alright, so as you guys can see, Grand Theft Auto 5 runs. I'm going to do a couple scenes, just play a little bit, show you different environments, and it's still pretty stable in all of them. Вот новая тачка, нравится вам или нет? Это Lamborghini Value Brand, Walmart, Sam's Club. But does the job. Imagine some guy in a Lamborghini gunning down pedestrians in downtown. So as you can see, with a faster moving car, frame rate is pretty steady. Сволочь. Достоин ты этого. Frame rate is pretty dang okay. I mean, I wouldn't say it's amazing. 60 is my optimal frames per second if I were to game on a computer, but 30 is definitely playable. This is what you would see on a console for most games. Yeah, it looks like a Lada or Volvo. This is my land. This is my land. Приехали сюда на халяву только. Я вам покажу. Where the heck are the police? What is this, Detroit? Oh, there you are. Just got my new G-Class. Ballin'. See if we can get away from those cops. Boom! Man, I could do this all day, seriously. Just messing around, never even getting to the story. Can't even imagine what Grand Theft Auto 6 will be like. A really fun game to play, and it's good to know you can do it pretty well on the MacBook Pro. So 1920 by 1200 resolution is more than enough. I mean, not more than enough, but it's adequate. This definitely runs much better than Mafia 3 at the same resolution and settings. So a little bit more of a well-optimized game. you can see instant results that it is better. What's sabaki lopnuli kalyosa. Alright, time to die. Oh my goodness. When citizens take justice into their own hands. Big rig. Okay, let's move on to the next game. Alright, so in Battlefield 1, what we're looking at is auto recommends medium settings for everything. So that's medium settings. 1920 by 1200 resolution for the video, and with video sync on, or vertical sync on. So looking like pretty basic low to medium settings. Let's see how it runs. This is the first mission here. I've never actually even played this. All right, so you've got 50 frames per second. Wow. That's kind of crazy. 56. Die. Wow, I'm a little impressed here. And it actually looks pretty good. I don't know how well optimized this game is, but come on. Die. What am I doing? Why am I in the middle? The war doesn't make sense. I want to get out of here. Please. No. Okay, what are we in right now? We're holding the outpost. Alright, let's try and bump the settings up a little bit. Let's go to high settings and the same resolution. So we're down to 40 frames per second. Oh, so 40 frames per second in high, 1920 by 1200. Not bad. There's no way guns were this fast back in the day. And I just died. 40 frames per second. So now 2560 by 1600 in high video settings, getting about 25 frames per second. Definitely more stuttery. Do they like on purpose make this game as disorienting as possible to replicate the World War I? Because it is so hard to understand what's going on. In case you're wondering why I'm not right-clicking, because I'm using an Apple Magic Mouse, and you can't right-click and shoot at the same time. It's just impossible. Gotcha. Okay, so not bad. A high in a higher than 1920 resolution, getting a solid 30 frames per second. So Battlefield 1 gets a thumbs up of approval. So next up, only the best game ever, Witcher 3: The Wild Hunt. In my book, this is the ultimate game, period. I have never been so immersed in any video game, and I played on a PlayStation 4. If I could do it all over again, I would start on a PC, that's for sure. I've got it to a point where it's very playable, around 30 frames per second. So in graphics, we're again at 1920 by 1200. We've got full screen enabled, video sync is off, and these are on low to medium settings. So pretty much medium if you were to click it right here. And if you guys have never played this game, do yourselves a favor, please, 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 please play this. 30 frames per second with heavy foliage and stuff. All right, let's go check out. I've actually never played this on PC, so it's a little bit disorienting. I'm not really used to it. Let's destroy this nest. Oh, shoot. Get over here, you beast. I will tame you. Okay. Die, I got places to be, Gwent to play. Seriously, the only reason to play this game is for the Gwent. Not really, but my favorite part, one of them, besides the spelunking, exploring of caverns. What is going on? It's getting a very steady frame rate here. The only thing is the draw distance is very poor. Like I remember playing on PlayStation, you can see pretty far up ahead. Here on this PC version in medium settings, you don't really get that detail, which if you're playing a game like this, you want to be as immersed as possible, and you don't really get that with this. So what do we got here? Another monster den. Yeah, that's way too advanced. I'm out. I'm out. Not about to die for some neckers. Goddamn knickers. Oh, shoot. I thought you have bounds. Why are you still following me? Fine. You guys are gonna get it. Oh, no! I gotta start over now. Alright, so what I actually want to do is test out the limits. See what kind of frame rate we get in high. So this is ultra. Ooh, 20 frames per second. This is a little torture. You can start to see all the motion blur. It's a lot worse, more apparent. Oh. Okay, obviously not an ultra. Let's try high. High settings enabled. Let's see what we got here. Oh, wow. 30 frames per second, 28. That is definitely playable. But then again, remember, we're still on 1920 by 1200 resolution. Okay, not bad. The blur is still there. It's not a smooth 26 frames per second. Damn kids, get off my lawn! What did I tell you, boy? Literally, boy. Timmy, come here, boy. You know what you did wrong? Whip you too, you can't sit. So 24, okay, I can't take this. 24, you get a little blur. It's with a lot of big objects in the background. It's not very good, so I'm gonna change it back to medium graphics. What if we bump the resolution up 2048 by 1536 in medium? Okay, that's 26 again, still pretty bad, and it's kind of squished resolution. I'm not liking this. All right, so I'd say The Witcher 3 is very playable on the AMD Pro 460. This doesn't speak for the 450 or 455. This is the maxed out version, remember that. So on medium settings, 1920 by 1200, I get a steady 30 frames per second. If you guys have computers, if you have Witcher 3 installed, put it in this setting and tell me what kind of frames per second you guys get. I'm really curious, and your setup. So leave that down below so I can get a little comparison here, but obviously this is probably not that great for the price tag. Let's go ahead and move on to the last game, Rise of the Tomb Raider, and see how that fares. But Witcher 3 gets my thumbs up of approval, my hitchhiker thumb up of approval. All right, so I just loaded this. It is pretty bad. I'm getting a little bit under 20 frames per second at 16 right now. Obviously I can't play this. Let's take a look at what settings it's at currently. Okay, so medium, what's the resolution right now? Okay, yeah, it was set too high. I'm gonna tune this down to where I know it's safe, 1920 by 1200. Okay, so weird. If I look over here, it's 27, 39. Oh yeah, well, it's just the background. Okay, so low to medium settings up here. It's okay. I mean, it's all right. 26 frames per second. Let me see how I can get that up to 30. I want to get an even 30. Level of detail, let's turn that down to medium. So 28, 29. Got a couple frames per second better. 32. Okay, so that is Tomb Raider, guys. Oh, shoot. Just killed Lara Croft. Or not. Now I did. Whee! Dead. Alright, so that is Tomb Raider. My thumb up of approval. It runs okay. Definitely much better than what I showed you guys in my last video. Alright, so guys, as a finishing statement, I just want to say my original video, the opinion still does stand. The $4,300 MacBook Pro is not a great machine for gaming. In fact, it was never intended for gaming, but when Apple at their events were so proud of the GPU improvements, I would think there would be over a 100% improvement over the last MacBook, and no, I'm definitely not seeing that improvement. So it's an expensive computer. It's not really meant for gaming, and to anyone that's a surprise, the Macs aren't that great for gaming. So yeah, save your money. If you guys want a game on a laptop, you can, for $1,500, build a machine that will outperform this by 2 or 3 times. Seriously, the GPU in this thing is not very good, but at the same time, you can still play in medium to low settings at 1920 by 1200 resolution. That seems to be the pattern with well-optimized games. So just want to say thanks for watching, and as a final adieu, let me murder some people for you. Okay, so I had fun making this, guys, downloading a bunch of games, playing it for a video. Let me know if you guys want to see anything else about this MacBook, but I will be having my full review soon, as I've been using it for a few days to edit and stuff, and I gotta say, my impression of it has improved versus first getting it. Okay, have a great day. Stay tuned for more videos. Peace.